Okay, hi. Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to my Grow with Joe series. This is going to be a monthly series where I do different topics pertaining to parenting teenagers. So if you are here online with me, watching this live, just feel free to drop a comment or share with somebody. Okay. So for today, the topic that I want to cover or I want to share is around the idea of how do we reach our teenagers, how do we reach our young people if we have difficulties communicating with them. For parents, so some parents, they have this struggle or they have this challenge whereby they realize that they can't really reach their teenagers, even though they know that there are issues or there are challenges that actually the young person is facing. Okay, so what I mean by challenges or issues the young person is facing, I'm referring to things like your young person may be, day in, day out, just gaming, right? So gaming addiction. Your young person may be always engaged on social media, okay, engaged on their phone, on their gadgets, on the devices. And over time, you find that you no longer have that kind of communication with them, okay? So this is what I mean by parents who has got challenges like this, and they know that this is affecting their teenager in terms of their social life or in terms of their mental health, but they are just not able to reach them, right? Simply because their young person has grown up. Your young person is now 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. So it's no longer like when they were a child, right? So now if you kind of like worry or concerned, you cannot just simply just drag your child to, to see whoever or to talk to whoever. So the approach will then therefore become very different. Okay, so in this session, I'm just going to share some ideas or some tips with you guys. So especially, this period of time, we have been through the pandemic. So different parts of the world have been through lockdowns and many things have changed, right? Many things have changed. And many of us have gone from offline to online even more. So I'm sure that there are still many parents who are still kind of like stuck in that situation where they kind of like just lost their teenager or they lost their child, like all of a sudden their child just dropped into the virtual world, dropped into the gaming world, and they don't really know how to reach out to them anymore. Okay, so if you have such a challenge, or of somebody who faces a challenge like this, do feel free to quickly just reach out to this person and just share this live video with them, and hope it helps. Okay, so I'm just going to jump straight into the topic. So when we talk about reaching our young people, that is kind of like lost or trapped in this situation, I'm referring them to a few characteristics like this. Okay, so they are either unwilling to cooperate with you, when it comes to things like just communicating, just coming out for meals, just just having family time. So they are unwilling to do so, and they are pretty much more or less just prefer to be on their games, on their video stuff and gadgets and so on. So they are unwilling. And secondly is they are having certain kind of issues or concerns that you do have over their behavior. So excessive gaming, okay? So in the sense that they are just trapped in their room, trapped on their devices, like for 4 hours, 5 hours straight. And the only time you kind of like see them or you kind of like interact with them is when they have so-called meal time. And even then, that meal time is often being disrupted. They are either just gaming and they're not really paying attention to what, they are eating. So, okay, so this is one category of teenagers that I'm referring to. The other group of teenagers that I'm also referring to is that group that has withdrawn, okay, that has withdrawn themselves socially. So they may be gone quieter. Okay, they could have, even like just hide in their rooms all day long, and they seldom come out. They seldom, interact, or they seldom socialize, with friends and family. So they are just hiding their room, shutting the doors, and you have got very little contact, okay, or minimum contact with them. Okay, so these are the group of teenagers that I'm talking about, that that I hope to share some light and some ideas, okay, on what you can do as parents. Okay, so for parents, right, if you are in kind of like this situation, so there is actually a few things that you can still do. Okay, so I just want to drop some hope and some light into your mental state, is that there are still things that you can do. Okay, first of all, you must understand that they are going through this phase, they are going through this transition where they are either withdrawn, okay, they are withdrawn socially due to whatever reason, or they have got new attraction. Okay, they suddenly discovered a game, they suddenly got into this hobby of theirs, okay, and they're spending more time than they should have been. So it is this phase that you are going through right now, but it's not all hope lost. Okay, so what you can do, right, is that in this place, or in this this period of time, what you can do is really focus on building that relationship with them. Okay, so you need to first remember that you have not done anything wrong. Okay, you have not done anything wrong, and it's no fault of yours. Okay, but what you could do is you could really pay attention to your relationship with your teenager. So your relationship with your teenager, assuming whatever state you have been, in terms of your relationship and your rapport, you are just going to be building from there. So if you have been that close, in terms of your relationship with your teenagers since they are young, you are just basically building on that. Okay, it is not going to get worse overnight, neither is it going to get better overnight. You are just going to be building on it. So what you need to do is you just need to be mindful. You need to be aware that you are just building on the foundation that you have built with them as a child. Okay, so you are starting from there. You're not starting from ground zero. All right, so work on whatever that you have. Okay, work on whatever that you have, and then just build on it. Okay, now when you are doing that, or when you are building on that, on that foundation, you must realize that you need to work with whatever small windows that you have. Okay, no matter how small the window is, just work on small steps and small progress. Okay, small changes. You are not going to get a sudden change overnight. So just work on whatever opportunities that you have. And you may think that sometimes whatever that you're doing now, is it useless? Is it of any use? Okay, my kind of like encouragement or affirmation to you is it is not useless. Okay, whatever that you are doing, you are just really standing firm your ground. You are just doing what you need to do, or what you want to do as a parent, showing that care, showing that concern. So as long as your positioning to your child is consistent, okay, it's consistent. You do not change in terms of your approach. You do not change in terms of, your efforts. You are just being consistent. So if you have been, doing so in the past, whatever measures or whatever steps, just continue to do that. Okay, so your young person will begin to realize that, even during this period of time, whatever, things that they have gotten into, you are still consistent with them by their side. So that is one of the greatest thing that you could do and you can do, even at this juncture, when they are not so-called responding or as responsive to you as you would like them to be. Okay, now when you are also, in this place where you don't have their attention, okay, because their attention is on either on themselves or on their games, you could, and you can continue to stay curious, okay? Stay curious and be involved as much as they would allow you to, okay? Just be mindful that when you are curious or when you are trying to get involved, work with their cues, okay? How much they are inviting you in. Sometimes you will have certain teenagers or certain children that they are very, very welcoming. When you ask about their games, you ask about their friends whom they are gaming with, you ask them about, what are they involved with, or what are they on, social media, what are they kind of like watching or doing. Some of them do share, okay? Some of them do share. So work with what they come to you with. You do not have to be like, just budging in and then like just asking about everything. No, but you just stay curious. Okay. So the state of being curious is really just being there with an open mind to learn. I know that many parents, we do not live in the era where we, have social media and then we have gaming like the young people here today have, but it is more or less the same, right? It's more or less the same. Nothing much has changed. It's just that the games have changed, the social media platforms have changed and evolved. So just stay curious, like how you were curious when you were young as well, right? So when you were younger, you are also curious about, some of these games that comes up. So just stay involved, stay curious, okay? Ask appropriate questions and then see what they come back to you with. Okay, so this will help you to be connected or to stay connected with your young person. Okay, and be there when they need you. Okay, this is the other thing that you can do and consider. Be there when they need you. And when I say need you, right, I'm referring to things that will need parental consent or will need, your resources as a parent. So it could be things like that pertains to their studies. It could be things like pertaining to certain expenses that they need, or certain needs that they have, right, in their daily lives. So you never know when they will reach out to you, but you want to be there when they reach out to you. Okay, so you don't want to kind of like just be completely shut off as well. So just be there on a standby when they need you. Sometimes you never know, they will just turn to you, once in a while for certain advice, like which course of study should they choose, or if they have just finished a major exam, they are at a loss, they don't know which school to attend or which career to take, which path to take. So sometimes they may come to you with questions like this, and this is where you capitalize on the opportunity and then you go in, okay? And okay, be realistic when you are managing some of these anxieties. Okay, be realistic with yourself. I know that this is a period of time where parenting a teenager can suddenly feel like you are, you do not have that access, okay? Like you used to in the past, you do not have the rapport, the relationship like you used to in the past when they were younger. And this is completely normal, okay? So what I want you to remind parents is when you are parenting a teenager, be realistic with your expectation, okay? You are now parenting a young adult to be, okay? You are not parenting a child anymore. So when they are kind of like in that space, transiting from a teenager to a young adult, you need to give them that space where they now start developing their own unique individuality. So you will expect that there will be times that they shut you out. Okay, you will feel like you are being shut out. You will feel like you are not being involved as much anymore. So this is perfectly normal because they are now, really at this stage where they are carving out their unique identity. So you need to give them that space, okay, to develop their unique identities. All right. So be realistic with your own expectation. Okay, it is normal, and just become, okay, become, and the last point that I just also want to highlight is that do not over problematize, or do not amplify the situation more than it needs to be amplified. Okay, you don't have to be all jumpy over it. You don't have to be all worried over it. Don't be over anxious. Sometimes when parents become over anxious, it drives their teenagers or their young persons nuts. Okay, because they will feel like their parents or their mom or their dad is like just, you know, like just worried over the slightest, smallest thing. So don't over problematize the situation. Okay, most of these young people, they are just going through the phase where they are just trying to have their own world, their own space, their own time. Okay, they are just, some of them is like overindulged in certain games that they have been like, you know, so interested over. So it's normal. Okay, I want to say that it's normal. Just give them that space and they will come out eventually. Okay, so continue to build on events or situations that you can build on to make it memorable for your young person. So celebrate birthdays, you know, celebrate special occasions, celebrate grandmothers, grandfathers, Father's Day, Mother's Day. So try to build on some of these family traditions or some of these family events. Okay, they are really like the building blocks on which your young person and your child together with you will kind of like journey through this growing up phase. Okay, so don't have to be all worried, you know, do what you can, build on some of these events that is within your control or is within your family's routine and tradition. And yeah, just keep it memorable, you know, like let them have that time and that space that they can enjoy themselves with you. Okay, so I've come to the end of this short session where I hope to just drop some nuggets, okay, our ideas for parents who are parenting and teenagers. And also, so in this, if you are falling into this situation or this space where you are very worried, you're very concerned about your young person, and you feel that you really, really need to do something, okay, more than you should or you're currently able to now, and you do not know what to do, feel free to reach out to me, okay? So I'm a youth coach and I coach parents to be able to connect and to be able to overcome barriers and issues and challenges with their young person. So you can always reach out to me on my various platforms and channels through social media, through email. My website is www.coachjoechan.com. Okay, so www.coachjoechan.com. So you are free to just drop me a note, drop me a text, and then I'm able to offer you a free consultation today, online or in person. For those of you who are from Singapore, we'll be very happy to share my expertise and my inputs with you. Okay, so very happy to be able to do this, and I look forward to having another round of sharing next month. And if you find this helpful, do feel free to drop me a note. Let me know what other topics that will be of concern to you as parents of young people. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, and then I hope to catch you again the next time. All right, so take care. Have a great day. Bye.